What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. So the play-in tournament commenced yesterday, the second part of it, the Western Conference side of things, and oh man, was it a lot better than the Eastern Conference side of things, man. That Warriors-Lakers game was absolutely insane, but the team we are focusing on today is that the Spurs did lose to the Grizzlies in a close one, and the Spurs are headed towards the offseason now. Obviously, they've been eliminated from the play-in tournament, and the Spurs' future is very much up in the air and what they're going to do. I'm going to do my best to try to predict and try to be as realistically as possible to what they might do. Of course, if you guys enjoyed this video, definitely leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. But let's go ahead, start rebuilding the San Antonio Spurs and see what we think this roster is going to do this offseason. Couple things I do want to say real quickly, though. Shout out to Draymond Green for playing amazing defense yesterday. Dude, I could just talk so much about that playing game yesterday with the Lakers versus Warriors. It was just so exciting from start to finish. And LeBron James hitting that big shot at the end, man. What a game. It was a great game. Let me know what you guys thought of it. What are your thoughts on the game? And I definitely would love to see more playing games. But I don't know if it'll ever be as good as we got Steph versus LeBron because the circumstances that happened, obviously, this season with injuries and stuff. I don't know if we'll ever get anything like that again. But it was fun, and I would love to see a playing game next year. And we still have another playing game tonight and tomorrow, so still very much fun coming along. But as far as the San Antonio Spurs are concerned, I assume Greg Popovich is just I don't know, apparently he's not the head coach right now, so I don't know what that's about. I don't know whether it's because he was fired or what happened there, but let me see if I can find him out here. I don't know if he retired or what's going on, but I assume Greg Popovich isn't gonna be somebody, you know, I guess he could retire. There's a chance that happens. There is definitely a chance that Greg Popovich could retire. And obviously, I can't really predict on who the 76ers, or not the 76ers. I'm looking at the 76ers, Sam Cassell. But I can't really predict who the Spurs would hire in the situation where Greg Popovich retires, right? So I guess I'll assume that Greg Popovich retired here or is just somewhere else now. And I don't know if that would ever happen. It doesn't say he retired. So I assume maybe someone else gave him an offer because I don't even see him out here. So I guess in my situation, we're looking for a new head coach. And like I said, I can't really predict that. I can't tell you who's gonna be the Spurs head coach this offseason. That's kind of impossible for me to say, but I guess there's some options. You know, you could look at some assistant coaches like Mike D'Antoni, which I imagine that wouldn't happen, but you got Jesse Mermaiz, Johnny Bryant, Jeff Hornacek, Mike Brown, Lionel Hollins, Otis Newman. I don't think those guys are real. Nate Tibbetts, I know, is a real assistant coach, obviously. Sam Cassell, obviously a real person. Chauncey Billups. So, like, you know, there could be some situations like this, and you know what? Why not? I'll hire Chauncey Billups to be my head coach if he wants to come be my head coach. Let's see. And okay, so they signed Mark Cousins to be the head coach, who is F's across the board. Okay, I don't know what the CPU is doing here, but that is not it. So let me decline. Yeah, what are we doing? What are we actually doing here? I mean, I guess I'll sign the assistant GM, but let me sign Chauncey Billups to be my new head coach. So Chauncey Billups is my new head coach for San Antonio, I guess, because I don't know where Greg Popovich is right now, which I assume, I don't know if he's going to retire or not. Like I said, I can't really predict that, and I don't know what's going to happen. So and I don't even know where he is in the game. I don't know if there's a way to look up staff members. And honestly, I guess I could look around the league and see if he went somewhere else. But I don't. Am I able to? I don't know, man. I guess I'll worry about it later if he ends up popping up. But we have the NBA draft ahead of us now. So with the Spurs, with the way they ended, obviously they can move up in the lottery. But for now, they have number 12 in the draft based off the standings. So Jonathan Murray, Derek White, Jakob Poeltl, Devin Vassell, Trey Jones. Obviously, the big story this offseason is DeMar DeRozan. Will he return as a Spur? My opinion, no. I don't think he'll be back. I really don't. I don't know where DeMar DeRozan's going to go. If I'm being honest with you, I have no clue. But I think it's probably the best for the Spurs to just move on. Because, like, yeah, DeMar DeRozan is helping you be interesting at least. But I think it's time to just kind of let the young guys ride it out and see what happens, right? So that's what I would like to see the Spurs do, but I don't know if that's what they'll do. So let's go ahead and see what we can get at this number 12 pick and see if we can grab something awesome here. So at number 12, you got Scotty Barnes, who I just drafted in the last video, so I kind of don't want to do that. Jeremiah Robinson Earl, Johnny Juzang, Deshaun Nix, Quentin Grimes, Isaiah Todd, Keon Johnson, Cam Thomas, James Bouknight, Charles Ayo, I don't know how to say that guy's name still. Moses Moody, Davion Mitchell, Josh Christopher, John Petty, Kofi Cockburn, Kai Soto. So obviously Scotty Barnes is probably the guy I need to draft here, but I really don't want to do that because I just drafted him in the last video. So I see Johnny Juzang, I see Quentin Grimes, I see Cam Thomas. So what I think I'm going to do is we honestly have a lot of guard depth. So I could take Jeremiah Robinson Earl to kind of be an interesting power forward for us, I guess, later on. And be okay with that because I don't really know what else to take here for the Spurs. If there was a better prospect on the board, it would have done that, but we have a lot of guards as it is. So we got Kofi Cockburn, Marjan Beauchamp, Chris Smith. I guess I'll take Kofi Cockburn here with this draft pick. And I'm pretty sure who I took is a pretty good overall. No, he's not. He's a 75. So you know what? It's fine. He can develop into something for us. So Keon Johnson. I'm just Isaiah Todd. Okay. Well, it's cool that we got a big man or a power forward. We kind of needed one, and I'll sign my center as well. Player options, Keldon Johnson, Lonnie Walker, Drew Eubanks, and Luka Samanik. So welcome all the way back. Keita Bates Diop, or Keita Bates Diop, if I say his name correctly. And of course, like I just mentioned, the big story is DeMar DeRozan. You also have Patty Mills as a free agent. Gorgie Jang, who had some highlights in yesterday's video, or not video, what the hell, yesterday's game, trying to stop Jonas Valanciunas on the board because Jonas Valanciunas had himself a game. But DeMar DeRozan, man, so I assume he's not going to be back. But I can also see where the Spurs try to execute a sign-in trade so they get something for him, because, you know, you don't want to see somebody walk for nothing. But then again, he could just walk for nothing and it doesn't matter. So looking at our team right now, DeJounte Murray, Trey Jones, you got Derek White, Lonnie Walker, right? I would love to see Lonnie Walker develop into something at that 2 guard for us, to be honest. And then you got Devin Vassell at the small forward. You got Keldon Johnson, Lucas Manick, and now Jeremiah Robinson Earl. And then you also have Jakob Poeltl, Drew Eubanks, and Kofi Cockburn. Honestly, I don't really want to play Keldon Johnson, the power forward. He's really small for that, so I'm not going to do that. We're going to move him to small forward and he goes up. So that makes more sense to me. So then we kind of have our small forward spot figured out there. And the power forward spot, get some competition there. And then obviously the center is Jakob Poeltl, Drew Eubanks. So there's some young guys on the squad that we can kind of see what they could turn into. And as far as, like I said, DeMar DeRozan is concerned, I would like to do a sign and trade for something, because I don't think I'm doing really anything in this offseason other than possibly doing a sign and trade with DeMar DeRozan, because I really don't see anything else to, you know, go after in this offseason other than trying to execute a sign and trade. Now, I don't know what DeMar DeRozan is going to be worth in the offseason, but right now he is being offered $32 million. So I guess if I could maybe bring him down to $30 million, you know, $30 million, 3 years, 30 million. So we give DeMar DeRozan that, and then we trade him. So like a sign and trade scenario. Again, I don't know where DeMar DeRozan is going. I really don't. I couldn't tell you, man. It is up in the air where this man's going to go. But regardless, I don't think he'll be a Spur. You may disagree with me, but that's what I think. So for me, what I want out of this trade is honestly young guys and picks. That's what I want. That is exactly what I want. And I also want it to be a realistic trade. So it's not like the Grizzlies aren't going to give up Jaren Jackson for DeMar DeRozan, right? That just isn't going to happen. It doesn't make any sense. So we got to kind of look and dig deep to see what we're going to trade DeMar DeRozan for. You know, a team that, you know, comes to mind that maybe would like to take on a guy like DeMar DeRozan is the Knicks. You know, they get themselves a star if they strike on everybody else. So, and then, you know, the Wizards, I guess, if they were that desperate to put somebody next to Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook now. So I guess that could be a thing. But then again, I don't know how that spacing would be. You know, DeMar DeRozan isn't the greatest three-point shooters, neither is Russell Westbrook. So I don't know how well that would work. So Wizards, Knicks are kind of pop up a bit in my head, and I don't like any of these trades in the trade finder. So I'm going to try to get creative, make my own trade to see what I can get for DeMar DeRozan and try to make the most realistic trade I possibly can. This is a trade that I've drawn up with the Knicks, and I actually offered this trade, and they counter offered me with this. They want to give me their 2022 unprotected draft pick and 2025 for DeMar DeRozan in a sign and trade scenario. We also get Obi Toppin. In my opinion, I don't think it's worth for them to give up 2 draft picks for DeMar DeRozan. I wanted to get Kevin Knox from them, but they just were not wanting to do that because, you know, Kevin Knox is somebody that could use a change of scenery as well. So like Obi Toppin and Obi Toppin and Kevin Knox may not be like the best, you know, case scenario for the Knicks going forward. So, you know, the Knicks could give themselves like a little bit of a star, and DeMar DeRozan be interesting, but they do not like the trade. So I offered them, like, I think it was like I wanted like their 2025 draft pick. I think it was, and they wanted to give me like their 2022 as well, which just made no sense. Like, yeah, here it was. They offered me this, and I just don't see a world where this makes sense. But I guess, man, we're gonna go ahead and do this trade. DeMar DeRozan for Obi Toppin and 2 first-round picks. So at least we get some value out of it, and just like that, we get a young player and 2 picks. I would have liked to have had Kevin Knox. I think that makes more sense, but the Knicks instead want to give up their draft pick instead. So fine by me, I guess. So now we have some competition at the power forward spot. Obi Toppin gets a change of scenery, although he's only been there for 1 year. But, you know, maybe the Knicks are keen on trying to get, you know, aggressive and try to get a star. So DeMar DeRozan could be the guy if they don't get anybody else. So just like that, that has been taken care of. So other than that, man, we're kind of done. I don't think I'm going to do anything else in free agency. That was my big move. Trade DeMar DeRozan, and we got 2 first-round picks out of it. So I guess I'm not complaining, and I'm happy with that. But DeJounte Murray, Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell, I'm very excited to see what this rotation is going to be all about. As far as training camps are concerned, like I said, this team is going forward with the young guys. We do no longer have Rudy Gay or DeMar DeRozan or Patty Mills. We no longer have those guys. I know some people probably would have loved for me to bring back Patty Mills, but I'm just going to move forward with our young guys, man. I'm going to see how it goes. So DeJounte Murray, I want to throw him some untapped potential. Let's throw Keldon Johnson some as well. And then I think last but not least, we can kind of throw some to Lonnie Walker, because like I said, I really do want to see Lonnie Walker become like a really good shooting guard for us if possible. So looking at the rotation, they still want to start Derek White, which is fine, I guess. So this is our starting five: DeJounte Murray, Derek White, Keldon Johnson, Obi Toppin, Jakob Poeltl, Devin Vassell, Lonnie Walker, Kofi Cockburn, Drew Eubanks, and Lucas Amanek. So Jeremiah Robinson-Earl, the draft pick we just drafted, isn't even getting any minutes. But I'm excited to see what this young squad's going to do. I don't think we'll be very good, obviously, but at least it's a change, and at least, this Spurs team is going towards a rebuild, which is something they've probably needed to do for quite some time, ever since Aldridge or Tim Duncan and all that. It was, kind of inevitable they were eventually going to rebuild. So let's go ahead and sum it to the end of season number 1, see how things go, and hopefully by the end of it, we're at least, a good team, or maybe we're a playoff team in season 1. Who knows? We end up wrapping the season as a 13th seed in the West, which is no surprise. As a young team, obviously we weren't going to be very good. Trae Young MVP, Rookie of the Year Cade Cunningham, Suggs your 6th man Ice Defense Player, Malachi Flynn Most Improved, and Stan Van the Man Coach of the Year. I don't know why I always call him the man, because I know a lot of people don't like him, but Cody Toole Executive of the Year. And other than that, All-NBA first team. At one point during the season, though, we were the 8th seed, which was interesting. I thought, you know what, maybe this team does make the playoffs, but no, we fell back to earth, and we just, went crashed. And so, like I said, we went 33-49, which is actually not too bad. Player stats, we had 22 from Obi Toppin. So, wow, the man came over here and decided to, he chose violence. He became a beast, which is awesome, because, we traded DeMar DeRozan for him. So, it's nice to see that Obi Toppin is coming a beast for us. DeJounte Murray with 20 as well. Lonnie Walker with 15. This is what I wanted to see. I kind of want to see Lonnie Walker become a beast alongside of DeJounte Murray, obviously. And then Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell. Derek White, I kind of wish the Spurs never gave Derek White this kind of money, just because, I don't know, he's kind of, I don't want to say it's an awkward fit, but I don't really like having him here, I guess, if that makes sense. I don't know why. There's something to do with Derek White that I just don't love, I guess, but I don't know what it is. Simulate playoffs. And let's see what happens here, as we got Portland and Phoenix. And speaking of the Phoenix Suns, man, if you're a Suns fan, I don't know if you are a Suns fan and watch this video, I'm so sorry, bro. I was rooting for the Warriors yesterday. The weird side of me was like, okay, so look at it like this way. So Portland is the 16 in real life, right? So if the Warriors would have won, you would assume the Lakers would beat the Grizzlies. So then the Lakers would be on this side of the bracket as the 8th seed. My fantasy land is where the Blazers somehow, I don't know if they will or not, I'm not saying they will, if the Blazers beat the Nuggets, which is doable, let's not say it's impossible, I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but Portland beats the Nuggets, and then they make the second round, and then, the Lakers wouldn't have been there. You wouldn't have to deal with the Lakers in the second round if they beat the Suns, which probably will, which is unfortunate for Chris Paul and the Suns and Devin Booker. But it would have been Portland versus, Warriors or Phoenix in the second round, which would have been a lot more manageable than the Lakers. But that's my, rant for the day. So if you liked it, definitely leave it a like. But hey, let's go to the draft lottery, and let's see where we're at with these picks. So yeah, we got that Knicks pick, which, like I said, I didn't want that pick to begin with. And we also have our draft picks. We have 2 lottery picks here. So a lot of good can happen from this. So with the draft lottery skipped, we have the 7th pick and the 10th pick. So that's 2 draft picks that are going to be awesome for us. So 2 lottery picks that are going to help us out quite a bit. So number 7 and number 10. Definitely would have loved to have been higher up, but unfortunately, that's just how the cards were drawn for me. So, with the NBA draft in mind, at number 7, we will be selecting. Let's see who's going to be here. So, at number 7, we're going to be selecting. We could draft a big man, which we do need a big man. So, I am going to draft a center here. And then at number 10, I'm going to be drafting. Honestly, I'll take really anything here. Kendall Brown makes a lot of sense. Jabari Smith Jr., Andre Jackson. I think I will take Kendall Brown at the small forward spot. So we have a little bit of a competition now at the small forward. But looking at it, at number 7, we took a 77 overall center. And at number 10, we took a 79 overall small forward. So nice. Very nice. Okay. So, all right. Now, with that being said, we got small forward, center going on. Player options. We're accepting all of our young guys, of course. Qualifying offers, Keita Bates, Diop, and Lonnie Walker. I want Lonnie Walker back. And then free agency is ahead of us. So, again, we're probably not going to be too aggressive in free agency, just because I am trying to kind of build through the draft with this team. DeJounte Murray, Trey Jones, cool. I'm happy with that. Derek White, again, I think I'm, kind of leaning towards trading him. I just don't know what I'm going to get for him. He's got 3 years left in his contract, so I don't think it'd be too easy to get rid of him. Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell, Kendall Brown. So kind of got a logjam at the small forward now. And then we kind of have a logjam at this power forward spot as well. So then there's kind of a logjam at the center. So there's a lot of competition here, which is, not a bad thing to have. But shooting guard, Derek White, if I could free up those minutes for somebody else, I would love to do that. Just because, Derek White's cool and all, but I think we just, want to move on. He's 28 years old, so if we could maybe get something for him, that would be nice. But I don't know what I'm going to get for him. So how tall is Derek White? 6'4". Okay. DeAnthony Melton from the Grizzlies, and we get a first-round pick. That could be cool. I guess if the Grizzlies want to get a little aggressive here, 2024. Duncan Robinson, a first-round pick from the Miami Heat. Rashawn Holmes, and a second-round pick from the Charlotte Hornets. If the Hornets were desperate for some more scoring, sure, why not? Emmanuel Quickly. Kelly Olynyk, and a first from the Mavericks. So I guess if the Mavericks wanted somebody, that could be nice next to Luka Doncic, that could be interesting to have. So we could probably do that trade, to be honest, because the Mavericks are always looking for some help with Luka. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that trade. Dallas gives me Kelly Olynyk, and we get a 2026 first-round pick out of it. So sure, why not? And we trade a second as well. So boom, that's going to be the trade we do. And then Lonnie Walker is going to be getting a contract this offseason. I'm not going to try to give him too big of a contract, obviously, because I just don't know if he's worth that much yet. And I know he probably thinks the same thing. He's just not worth that yet. So signing him up would be nice here. So day 12, and we get Lonnie Walker back. So W, DeJounte Murray's up to an 88, Keldon Johnson 84, Devin Vassell 83, Obi Toppin 82. So absolute W's all around, and we also still have untapped potential camps that we can use to where we can honestly probably jumpstart this team into the playoffs this season, to be honest with you, because we are getting somewhere. So 2023, load that in, and then training camps, we got 3 untapped potentials to use. So if no one's an A+ yet, again, I'm gonna throw one at Lonnie Walker, I think, and then I'm gonna throw one at probably Obi Toppin because he was really good for us. So Obi Toppin, and then last but not least, I think I'll throw this last one at DeJounte Murray. Oh, he is an A+ hidden wise. Okay, so power ranking is number 20. Looking at the rotation, you got DeJounte Murray, Lonnie Walker, Keldon Johnson, Obi Toppin, Jakob Poeltl, Devin Vassell, Kelly Olynyk, Jeremiah Robinson Earl, Kofi Cockburn. To be honest with you, I do not want. Okay, so I'm gonna run a 9-man rotation first and foremost, and I'm gonna take Kelly Olynyk out of the rotation in general, because Kelly Olynyk is cool and all, but he's not a big part of the team, so I'm not gonna really have him play a ton of minutes. Just doesn't make any sense to do that. So this is probably kind of what we're gonna run this. So yeah, I like that. So Kofi Cockburn, it looks like Luka, Drew Eubanks, and Kelly Olynyk are not getting any minutes. Trey Jones isn't either. And there's N'Faly Dante. So per efficiency wise, we're 3.5 at balance, and we're 3.5 at 7 seconds. So I'll leave it at balance. We're gonna simulate season number 2. Maybe we make a playoff berth here. You never know. Let's see what happens. Chet Holmgren, Rookie of the Year on the Wizards. Bol Bol, 6-man Giannis Defensive Player. Bol Bol, Most Improved, and Stan Van Gundy, Coach of the Year. This time I didn't say the man part, just because. Why not? All right, so here we go. We got the AFC Spurs here. So we didn't make the playoffs. Very nice. Player stats. Obi Toppin still leading the way with 22 points per game. We had 22 from DeJounte Murray. Lonnie Walker with 18. 13 from Kendall Brown. 12.5 from Keldon Johnson. 12 from Devin Vassell. Jeremiah Robinson Earl with 10. Kofi Cockburn with 5. Jakob Poeltl with 5, and Kelly Olynyk has chipped in at times as well. So, playing New Orleans Pelicans, I don't imagine we upset them here just because, this team looks kind of insane. So, someone occur around against them, and we get swept. Yeah, that was kind of going to happen, obviously. But, hey, it's fine. This team is headed in the right direction. So, Chicago Bulls are your champions with Kyrie Irving as your finals MVP. Very, very interesting. Okay, draft lottery time once again. This time, we're not actually in the lottery, which is definitely awesome. But do end up with number 16. Okay. And Chauncey Billups, still the head coach. Sure. Let's go to the draft. So on draft night, instead of just drafting here, I think it's time to make an aggressive move because we have a lot of young talent, a lot of, kind of log jams all around. So what I want to do is I kind of want to scan around the league real quick, kind of see what's available on the open market, see who's selling, see what I could get. And if I could get somebody that would help us, progress our rebuild even further, that's what we're going to go for. Russell Westbrook and Stephen Curry are teammates at the age of 35 and 34. So take that for what you will. Interesting. Found that very interesting, and they did not make the playoffs. So yeah, cool, I guess. But I'm looking at some guys around the league. So I see Karl-Anthony Towns. The Timberwolves apparently still suck. So Karl-Anthony Towns could be a candidate for maybe we go get. And then I also found this one very interesting, and he's on the Boston Celtics, and that would be Jaylen Brown from Boston. So we definitely have the pieces to definitely offer a massive trade for Jaylen Brown to kind of help us out. Kind of help get somebody that can help us, spring into the playoffs. So I definitely am interested in maybe snagging Jaylen Brown here or Karl-Anthony Towns. But I would say our bigger hole is at the center spot. So it might be in our best interest to trade for a guy like Cat, just because, like I said, our hole is at the center spot. So I think I am going to try to trade for Mr. Cat, Karl-Anthony Towns, if possible. He's on a 1-year deal, and the Timberwolves have just not been very good. So he is kind of entering his prime right now. So if we could maybe snag a way to get Karl-Anthony Towns here to be our big man, that'd be awesome. Because like I said, we don't have the greatest centers in the world anyway. So as far as players under contract, you got Dante, you got Kelly Olynyk. Obviously, that's not going to get it done. So we might have to wait. Well, I'm going to see if I can get it done without. So let's say I traded Kelly Olynyk and okay, let's say I did this. Let's trade N'Faly Dante, Kelly Olynyk, and Kendall Brown, and our 16th pick. I think this would get it done, right? Because we already have a lot of small forwards, and we already have a lot of power forwards. So we need a big man, bad. We really do. So Mr. Karl-Anthony Towns, for all this, they agree. So we got Cat, and that is awesome. So we needed a center. We needed an aggressive move, and getting an 89 overall center to help us out, I think, is a major W. So we don't have a draft pick anymore. So moving past the draft, we're going to sign all these guys back. Qualifying offers, Keldon Johnson, Lucas Manek. Definitely want all you guys back if possible. And then free agency, Lonnie Walker's a free agent. He just averaged 18 points. I don't necessarily want to give him 31 million, but I do want him back at the same time. So Jonathan Murray is 90 overall. Don't have a shooting guard right now. Vassell, Obi Toppin, Jeremiah Robinson Earl, and Karl-Anthony Towns. So obviously we've lost a lot of our guys, but we definitely want a lot of them back. So Keldon Johnson is restricted. Jakob Poeltl is unrestricted, and I don't want to pay him that much money, though, to be honest with you. Drew Eubanks only wants 9 million, so that's probably a better option, and Trey Jones is a restricted free agent as well. So I think the thing we're going to do is we're going to offer Lonnie Walker a 5-year deal. I don't love giving him this much money, but it is what it is with 2K. And then I think we definitely need a backup big man as well. So I'm going to sign both those guys to free agency deals. I don't want to renounce rights on I don't mind renouncing the rights on Jakob Poeltl, though. I mean, I don't want to lose them at the same time, but I mean, we just can't really afford to, you know what I mean? So I don't want to lose Keldon Johnson, though. So let me make sure I don't renounce Keldon Johnson. It's going to ask me every day to renounce him, and I don't want to do that. So let's not do that. I'm going to wait till he comes back with his qualifying offer, and I honestly have a good feeling about us possibly being a playoff team this next season with Karl-Anthony Towns' arrival. So love the progression we just made. All right, so free agency day 10. I really hate that 2K automatically tries to renounce players for you. It's really annoying because it's definitely caught me in some times where I accidentally renounced them. And we get Keldon Johnson back, Trey Jones. So overall, our team looks like DeJounte Murray, Trey Jones, Lonnie Walker at the 2 all alone, which is actually really awesome because I want to see what what he's capable of playing the shooting guard all by himself. And then you got Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, Obi Toppin, Jeremiah Robinson Earl, Karl-Anthony Towns, Kofi Cockburn, and Drew Eubanks. So honestly, this rotation is looking really nice. I love what we've done with the team so far. So in the year of 2023-2024, I think this team finally becomes a top seed in the playoffs, and we are a very interesting team. I would really love to think so anyway. I think this is our chance. This is our time to see what we can do. Untapped potentials, of course, that we'd love to use. Throw some at Lonnie Walker, of course. Want to see him become even more better. Obi Toppin has been really good for us. Throw him one again. And then Keldon Johnson is going to be playing that starting small forward spot. So power ranking number 11. So we're a good power ranking. This rotation: DeJounte, Lonnie Walker, Keldon Johnson, Obi Toppin, Cat, Devin Vassell, Jeremiah Robinson Earl, Kofi Cockburn, and Trey Jones. So this team looks magnificent. We can go up to a 7-second system to a 4-star. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to simulate season number 3. And hopefully this team finally makes the playoffs. Third seed in the West. Honestly, all I'm looking for is to win a playoff series. If we can at least win a playoff series, most improved player goes to Kendall Brown. So that's honestly a really good trade for both sides. I felt like the Timberwolves getting a little bit better with Karl-Anthony Towns leaving potentially or looking to leave. They still don't make the playoffs though, so unfortunately for them. 49-33 on the season. Player stats: we had 22 from Cat, 20 from Lonnie Walker. So W. Obi Toppin with 19, DeJounte Murray with 17, and Devin Vassell with 13, Keldon Johnson with 12, and Jeremiah Robinson Earl with 10. So they're playing the Houston Rockets in the first round. They have Dior Johnson, Jalen Green. I'm not even going to pretend like I can pronounce that name, and I'm not going to. Or I'm not going to attempt it. Clint Capella is on the Houston Rockets again. Jeremy Grant. So this team is actually pretty good as well. Someone in current round, and okay, it's a tie series. I'm actually really nervous. So let me go to Simcast now because I don't want to lose in the first round to end this video off. So please, 2K, don't do that to me. All right, here we go. Come on. Let's go. It's a very back and forth close game, but it does look like we close it out. So 3-2, we can honestly go to the second round here with a dub. That would be awesome if we could just take care of business. Come on, man. So the first quarter was close. It's a very back and forth game, but they end up running away with it. 149 and 158, 31-9. So we have a game 7 early on. Honestly, at this point, I think we run an 8-man rotation. Shorten this rotation up, play our best players even longer, and just hope for the best. So simulating with Simcast. Here we go. Come on, man. Do not lose in the first round. We don't do this. We don't lose in the first round. All right. Very good start to the first quarter, but it is a close game. Just kidding. We kind of blow them out here. So we made it to the second round. That's all I wanted. That's really all I wanted. And now I get to play Golden State or Denver. So we are going to be playing the Denver Nuggets, who upset the second seed, as the 8th seed upsets the first seed. My gosh, bro. This just happens too much in 2K. But here we go. Denver Nuggets, Jamal Murray, Cam Thomas, Utah Watanabe, Aaron Gordon, Nikola Jokic, Bol, Moses Brown. Game 1, we're up 1-0. Good start, 31-13. Game 2, 2-0. Very good start, 25-5. And do we take the 3-0 lead? Yes, we do. Do we sweep them? Yes, we do. We're on to the Western Conference Finals. In Utah, it's just absolutely obliterating everybody. They're upsetting everybody. But the trend stops now. We don't lose to the 8th seed. All right, here we go. Rudy Gobert, Sexton. Yeah, they have a really good team. Game 1, we're up 1-0. Good start, 36-12. Game 2, up 2-0. Game 3, I'm feeling it. Game 4, Game 5. Yes, we beat them, and we're in the NBA Finals. Utah, your reign came to an end of upsetting seeds, and now we get to play the Boston Celtics, who have Deshaun Nix, Josh Jackson, Jaylen Brown, Tatum, Joel Embiid. Why does Embiid always go to Boston in this game, bro? Okay, very scary team. Game 1, up 1-0. 36-6 from Tatum, but 38-17. DeJounte Murray, what is he averaging in the playoffs? I'm actually really curious, because he's actually been amazing in the playoffs from what I've seen. Game 2, they even it up, though. No surprise. Although it is very nice and very fun to see Joel Embiid versus Cat. Game 3, they're up 2-1. That's not a good sign. Let's see if we can even it up. Come on, man. Don't lose. Come on, bro. Let's win this championship. All right, here we go. Game 4. It is a scenario where we need to tie it up, and yeah, they go up 3-1. So that's actually not good at all. Simcast. Here we go in Boston. It's a lose or go home scenario. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Let's do this. And it is not looking good. Yeah, we're getting blown out, though. Oh, that sucks. Okay, so we ran into a good Boston Celtics team. Joel Embiid is your Finals MVP. But at the end of the day, we at least got to the NBA Finals. And to be honest, we put together a pretty good Spurs team, and I'm happy with it. So this is one of my favorite rebuilds of the series thus far. I have done 3 other teams so far. So if you've missed any of those, the playlist is on the channel if you want to go watch them. I did the Rockets, the Hornets, and the Pistons. So if you want to watch any of those after you watch this one, definitely go do that. But I'm excited, very excited for tonight's game. Hopefully you guys enjoy that one. But for now, this is Crushables. I'm saying peace.